What's up, guys? Low Miles, No Miles podcast, episode 8. I'm Dylan.
I'm Joe P.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Noah.
I'm Ryan.
All right, let's get this thing started. All right, what's on the agenda today, Ryan? What do you want to talk about?
We could start off with that Tahoe.
Yeah, definitely. The Yukon? Yukon GT. Is that a 1994?
Yeah, 1994 Yukon GT, and it's got 15,000 miles.
So, like always, a lot of good deals are selling very fast on the page.
Yeah, it was shared on the Facebook group, and then you put it over on the Instagram. A lot of hate on that one. I guess it could go both ways. It was like a little bit. That was a mixed one.
It was. There was a lot of support too.
Yeah, well, I mean, people love Yukon GTs. I think of that of that era. Everybody like in high school, that was like the truck to have. Like if you had a Yukon GT, even still to this day, I mean, super cool truck. I mean,
being a two-door and stuff, it's kind of the closest thing you can get to like the classic Blazers.
Yeah, 15,000 miles, black, red interior. You know, the red GT on the side. I mean, just super, super cool trucks. And what do you get for it? You said it was sold for.
He was asking 45, and he sold it in one day.
Okay.
Do we know? Did anybody on the page get it?
No, I just saw that he updated it and was telling people it was sold. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, you can't beat that, man.
Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show, 45K, everyone's saying crackhead prices.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, for a 94 Yukon, sure, it seems like a ton of money. But, 15,000 miles, you're probably never going to see another one. So we've been having some fun this past week or so buying some low mileage cars. Got back from Florida and kind of went on a little bit of a buying spree and picked up, Noah, what was that Ranger you found?
You talking about the 3,000 mile one?
Red one, yeah.
Yep. It was a 2002 XLT extended cab, little step side bed, 3-liter. Got, like I said, 3,600? Exactly.
Yeah, 3665.
It was the guy's dad's. It was the guy's dad's truck, and his pawpaw, he called him. And he got it some time ago and just never really drove it. Just kind of kept it in his garage, and ended up selling it.
It's very cool seeing that stuff arrive. It's usually on a wedge trailer, so it's up in the air, so you get a real good look underneath, and you can just see all the brake line brackets, exhaust bracket. There's still the like anodized, like goldish color. You can see like the way they paint the letters on the frame from inspection, and
it's definitely one of the more nicer underneath I've seen.
It's been a while. It's been a while for a Ranger.
How come Pawpaw didn't drive it?
I don't know. He didn't really get. I don't know. I think he got it and just took it out sparingly. Yeah, because he didn't. The son didn't drive it at all. He only put a few hundred miles on it. So, yeah.
Still even had the original like warning brochures and stuff hanging in there. Like I'm sure he took it off, but then the son probably put them back in there. But yeah, they were just hanging on the dash. Still has the factory warnings, airbag warning sticker on the dash.
Yeah, it was a nice touch by him because one of the pictures I didn't see that in there. So he did.
He dialed it up.
Yeah,
it almost feels like we received it undealer prepped.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. So that was a cool one to see. Definitely. I mean, Ford Ranger's a cult following. Everybody loves a Ford Ranger.
The Danger
I ain't no
Ranger.
stranger.
Know this truck, I ain't no stranger. I know that truck, that's a Ford fucking Ranger.
That's a Ford Ranger. They've become very popular, even more so over the last few years. So yeah, it was a good one to get, and definitely to just to like see that roll in and watch it come off the trailer, and it's a neat one. It's one you'll never probably find again like that for sure. So those trucks were used and abused. So
yeah, definitely.
It's a shame, like the comments people were commenting on that truck because it's a beautiful truck. Everyone talking about the motor, this and that, and it's like
people love them 4-liters.
Yeah. Well, that one's got a 3.0.
Yeah, I know.
But
people got
people
just
just really prefer the 4-liter.
Yeah, well, even the 4-cylinder of that era is a really good 4-cylinder, but.
Well, they're good motor. They're both all good motors.
But there was a ton of comments of people saying, I got a 3.0 with 200,000 miles. I had a 3.0 with 300,000 miles.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They're stout motors.
Yeah.
I could see you driving that Ranger, Joe.
Yeah, I like a Ranger.
I learned how to drive a stick shift on a Ranger.
Yeah, Rangers are cool, man.
That's sweet.
Definitely
I've definitely been cramped in the back of them many times.
Oh, yeah,
the fold-out seats. Yeah. On a way to a Chiodos concert.
Really?
True story, yeah.
Yeah. I used to like as a kid, like when you go over the freeway overpass in a jump seat. I don't know, that's that feeling.
Looking out back.
Yeah, looking out the thing. Like,
the seat kind of coming up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just sweet. So what else we get this week? We got a...
You want to talk about the Corvette?
What Corvette?
Carbon.
Oh yeah. Got Noah found that one. 2018 Carbon 65 Z06.
Yep.
Ceramic matrix gray. Celebrating 65th anniversary of Corvette. They only made 650 of them.
Yep.
It's got 30. What do I have on it? 3,000 and some change.
Yeah. Yep.
It's an automatic, unfortunately.
An automatic,
but it is. It's the car, man.
Yeah, it's a cool car.
That's the one to have out of all those Z06s of the C7. I think that's kind of the car people would probably gravitate towards if they're going to buy one.
The colors with the stripes and everything just pops.
It's a great color. It's very good looking.
Definitely. And then you found you guys bought a town car too, right?
Yeah.
Was that
So
2010?
Very odd spec.
Is it 11 or is it 11 or is it a 10?
I think it's an 11. I think
11?
Yeah, I think it's
so that's
11.
what, the last year?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the
okay,
last year.
it's a weird combination. You
Yeah.
don't see many like it.
Yeah, it's blue. It's like what was the blue
It's like
called?
midnight blue. It's like dark blue.
Yeah, it's like a dark blue, but it's got black
Very deep blue.
leather interior, which is because most of them really just have the light color interior.
Yep.
So
Really nice car. Had a little corrosion on the wheels, so we're gonna have the wheels
They had
redone.
those
Joe,
fixed
you
up.
drove it home for the night. What'd you think?
Yeah, man, that thing was sweet.
Just float
those
down
drive
there.
amazing. There's
Yeah, I
no
just
doubt
sat
about
cruise
it.
control. Kind of had my foot because it doesn't really have a center console. Kind of had my foot up a little bit. It was cool, man. It was a sweet ride.
You're a spread eagle.
I was cool. Then I had it in my garage.
Surprised
that in
it
your
fit.
garage?
That thing's long.
Yeah,
Dang, that's a boat.
I had
That's
the
pretty
wife
long.
out there, and she was marshaling me in. Then I had to get out, look at the front. I didn't want to sit outside. It's a sharp car, so. But yeah, it's a boat.
It does have red pinstripes.
It
Yeah,
looks a
that's
little
cool.
Superman-ish.
A little weird, but
Yeah.
what are you
Superman
gonna
spec.
do?
Honestly,
it's
I
a
want
nice
it.
spec.
I want it. Throw it on some Dayton's too. Gold.
Yeah,
Looking like
100%.
that. That's
Oh yeah,
perfect,
baby.
buddy.
That's
it
it.
would
I'm
be.
telling you, it was pimp.
Little Cholo hydraulics.
They're cool.
I don't think you can say cholo.
Bleep that.
Cholo Hydra.
No, they're
Yeah, no, that's a cool. I mean, those cars are just, you can't kill them.
People love- yeah, love them already. They run forever.
Great.
They're cool.
That would still be considered a Panther chassis, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
platform car.
Yep.
I mean, it's like sitting on the couch, you know?
It's beautiful.
really is.
It's,
really
a nice,
is.
it's a nice ride.
Sitting on
Seats
a
are
couch with a
awesome.
V8 under the hood.
Oh,
baby.
yeah. No, it is like chilling on the
Indestructible.
couch. I mean, if you want to take a vacation, like, honestly,
Speaking of
grab some-
vacations, are we
grab some
going?
of these maps.
Are we going to be
and
going on a
go
vacation
across
today?
the country.
Yeah, we're going on vacation.
Where are we going?
man. We're going to Grand Canyon.
I
today.
love it.
You may ask why we have maps and some Nintendo 64s on the table here, but
Little bat.
and a little Joe, show your map quest.
Map Quest.
That's gonna get us to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So we have that 2003 Ram Van 1500 with the Sherry Designs limited edition.
Yep.
That's got 12,000 miles on it. We've been messing around with that a bit. It took Ryan for a ride. He folded the bed out. We've been watching TV and movies in it. Having a lot of fun. Now it's all cleaned up. It's sitting in the showroom. I think we're going to go over there today. It's got the Game Master in the wall. So I think we're going to hook up the Nintendo, and Joe's going to play dad, and we're going to go for a little, for a little
gonna be a good
ride.
time.
So.
Dad, are you okay? No. Dad! Dad!
Dad's a little drunk.
Dad!
He does this.
Dad had one too many.
Dad, are you gonna take a nap?
Nobody's driving the van when Dad sleeps.
Can I drive the van?
Shut up!
Mom!
Not here.
Mom, help!
She's in a dumpster.
You have a beer?
You're not gonna see her anymore. She's in a dumpster.
I'll go ahead and sit on you.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. So
Yeah.
before it
Taking-
gets sold,
Taking phone calls on my way.
You think we're gonna have to blow on the game to get it running?
probably.
Got you.
Yeah, you got to
Some
blow
will
on the
blow
game.
on.
Look at that technique. It's like you've done this
Like,
before.
I've done it a time or two.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joe's in trouble down here. He's not being good today.
Well, I'm not even doing nothing.
I think the mustache makes you look devious.
Thanks.
he's up.
Looks like you
No
combed
good.
it. Did you comb it?
No.
Looks a little.
No, he just wakes
Look
up
at
like
it.
that.
Hey, what do
brother.
you think of his hat?
Oh man,
the
Smokey
hat's
the Bear.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great hat.
prevent forest fires.
That's it, man.
And then you got Noah. He's rocking this sick we're all admiring his shirt today. He's got a Toyota, really cool
retro
like a
throwback
FJ Cruiser shirt on.
Shout out Meyer.
No.
Got it at Meyer. So if you want that shirt, head on down to Meyer.
that's a Michigan only thing though, so you got to be from Michigan.
Don't be telling people that kind of stuff.
Well, order it online, Meyer.com.
But wait till we get there so we can get ours first.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're from Michigan,
I'm literally buying the same shirts.
Meyer.
I'm going to get it.
$12.
$12.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going.
a bargain.
Meyer
Actually, it
got
might have
everything.
been 10. No, it was 10.98. It said 12. It was 10.98. It must be having a
On
sale.
sale.
When did Myers start dropping heat like that?
Ever since
They
they
always
got
got, they
Carhartt.
always got some
Meyer,
graphic
ever since
tees
they got
in there.
Carhartt, they're a changed man.
They got our whole graphic
Not
tee
bad
section.
clothes over there, really.
They got some good lion gear.
Oh yeah, they got the lion stuff. They got tiger stuff.
Put this up there.
Oh, well, look at that.
Yeah,
I guess we all shop over at the old Meyer.
Yeah, respect.
Nothing wrong with that.
What's
Good
going on
place.
with the FJ, Ryan? You thinking here in the next couple months you gonna start messing around with that?
Yeah. I mean, I put a new water pump on it last time I worked on it.
Okay.
And I got all the trim, all the pieces. I basically just got to prime it, paint it, and get it all dialed in.
Would your friend that used to help work at the paint shop allow you to use his place?
Yeah. I was talking with Keith. I'll probably
Yeah.
prep the whole thing, and then we'll get one of those nice light blue colors, like the factory color.
Okay.
And, just make it all original, just make it immaculate.
Is that what color it was originally?
We don't have any pictures of what it was.
Yeah.
My dad found it in a field back in
Oh,
'88.
okay. Wow.
Yeah, the
that's
original
crazy.
owner, he must have passed or something because the wife sold it to
Yeah.
him. And he was restoring it, got it to where it is now, and then never finished it. So
Our last podcast, we were just talking about buying cars off estates and the wife and all that stuff. And even back in the 80s, it was still like that.
yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah. So I'm really excited to get that thing going. I mean, we drove it around a little bit. It's a manual.
Yep.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Nothing to it. It's got the ambulance doors in the back.
Yep. That's
sweet.
got the jump seats in the back like the Ranger, doesn't it? Don't they fold up and down?
Yeah, it's like jump bench seats.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
pretty
They
sweet.
go along the side there.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
I've always wanted to ride in one of those.
It's real
We'll be
safari,
soon.
right?
Yeah, I
There
hope
you
so.
go.
I hope so.
There you go.
Let's get it going, man. Yeah, it'd be sweet to feature on the group too. So
Definitely.
get her done, man. What else we got going on?
You guys want to talk about the story of the cars
Ryan,
up in the sky?
Ryan connected some dots recently. I don't know if anyone's seen it back when we posted it, but there was a story circulating around about the Dodge Viper was a 96.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was it 96? Oh, yeah,
Pretty
1996
positive,
red Dodge Viper that was up on a sign at a Dodge dealership. Come to find out that there was a Corvette that was also up on a sign. So it started off back in 1970. A guy who opened up a dealership called Bennett Motors. He put a brand new 1970 Corvette up on a sign.
Didn't you say the guy was only 26
Yeah, he
years
was
old?
like 26 years old when he opened up the dealership. He put the Corvette up on a sign as like a statement, like, hey, we're going to take a brand new car and put it up on a sign, and it grabs everybody's attention. He sold the dealership what did he sell it in? When did he sell it?
1996.
1996, and then he reopened in 2012, and he put a 2012 C6 Corvette red up on the sign. So all that's going on, and I guess this Viper had been up on the sign since 96. It was also brand new, and they just recently brought it down to restore it. And come to find out, Ryan, it's the same guy?
Yeah. So his name is Larry Bennett,
Okay.
and it all started with the Corvette. He said, something that's expensive and up there that's not supposed to be. It brings a lot of attention into his dealerships. So after he got rid of it must have been as he was like selling the Chevy dealership that he got the Chrysler.
Okay.
So he put that Viper up on the sign. It was a pre-production model that got damaged during shipping. So it was destined to be crushed
Makes
if he
sense,
didn't take
okay.
it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it got those wheels on it originally, but
Oh, yeah. I think
Well,
they
didn't
said it's come down
didn't they,
twice.
Yeah, didn't they swap them?
Yeah.
They didn't have the
At some
original
point.
wheels, and then they put those, whatever the heck those wheels were, they put them on.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
say
At some point.
I want to say they pulled it off the sign one time before to like clean it up and then like change the wheels out.
Did
or
they say they had a
something.
lot of bird issues with it or something? Or
Well, they posted the
Yeah.
picture of the engine bay. It was covered
Yeah.
with birds' nests.
Ryan will
Well-
drop the pictures in here. The car is destroyed, and that's why it's getting restored. I'd
So
like to
he
know what
learned-
the Corvette looked like.
he learned
I'd
from
love
that.
to know if the 70 Vet was like anything special, like a big block car. I wish me and you were trying to find pictures of it or like any kind of
Yeah,
backstory.
Ryan,
Couldn't
that's-
find anything.
We need to find pictures of the I looked everywhere. I cannot find pictures of that 70 Corvette on a sign.
With the birds, though, cool enough. With the new Corvette, the 2012 one, they installed. It's called a squawker box underneath the car.
To scare the
way.
birds.
Yeah,
Oh, so you read on that? They had something about that?
yeah. And then the craziest part is, you can actually sit in it, and it takes a donation to sit in to their auto museum that I just learned that they have.
Oh, no way.
So the 12 Corvettes in a museum?
Well,
No, it's outside of one.
I think that dealer's closed now, right? Yeah, because remember I was telling you I read he closed that and now he just has the museum and the Dodge dealer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I wonder if the Corvette is in the museum. We should take a ride out one day and see the museum.
Well, I think the Corvette's still up on the sign.
Is it?
Yeah, because you can sit in it, and like when you
Oh,
pay
is it
to
outside
sit,
of the museum?
right out front.
Where is it?
It's in what's it? Illinois,
Indiana.
Indiana, and then
Illinois.
The Dodge dealer,
Crazy.
Kentucky?
Like when Mike was calling all these dealers, how many dealers have their own
Evansville.
private museum?
Evansville is where the Chevy Corvette is in the museum,
Yeah.
and then where's the Dodge dealer? Is that Kentucky?
No, I think they're right by each other.
Are they?
I want to say, but I'll confirm that.
Kentucky.
Kentucky's a great state. Shout out to the Derby last night.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No.
Noah, did you win any money?
I didn't do any bets, but I watched
Thought
it.
you were
If you
betting.
would have bet,
No.
would you have made money?
No.
I mean, I got lucky last year. It is just we did a hat draw, so
Yeah.
but not this year. I just watched it.
I seen an article that every horse racing had bloodlines to a horse that won in like
Yeah,
the 70s.
Secretariat.
Yeah, Secretariat.
Yeah,
yep.
that's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you know that, Joe? Mm-hmm. Did you know Toby Keith's
Render
horse?
render judgment or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy with those horses. I mean, side topic. I'll keep it short. But a lot of them will have good genetics.
Yeah.
And they'll have like those. Like they'll be super fast, but there's so many that get hurt just in day-to-day
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
'Cause,
yeah,
I
your,
mean,
your friend had a horse that she had worked with that was in that, right?
yeah, she's like a jockey and trains them.
Okay.
And yeah, she gets horses like race horses that have been hurt.
Yeah.
And she'll get them for a steal and kind of
Bring 'em
you know,
back.
Yeah, that's like almost a lot of horses.
and kind of flip those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of the same thing. The horse world and the car world are eerily alike.
Yeah.
You wonder, like, these race horses, if they try to keep the miles off of them and only bring them out at special races.
I mean, they work it a little bit, but they
Yeah,
kind
they got.
of
I mean, they got to work
That
them.
is some of the
so.
dumbest stuff I've ever heard. You ever heard about a horse going lame?
yeah, she can't run this week.
Hey, we're keeping the miles off of her. Can't go to that race.
Right. Right. Yeah. So what else we got? Anything else?
Busy day tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you? Hey, you get to live out your dreams.
I'm going to get a kitty.
Joe's been talking about it for a
I'm
while.
gonna get a kitty tomorrow.
Joe's
Get a
dream.
kitty. Not
Yeah.
not my kitty. I ain't get. It's not my kitty.
But
But
it's-
I'm going to get a kitty.
Yeah.
That car's a manual, isn't it?
No.
Auto.
Automatic.
2015 Hellcat Challenger Subline.
Yeah,
It's got the
Sublime.
blackout treatment on the hood and whatnot.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's got 5,000 miles on it. And then there's a 2007 GT500 white blue stripe.
I think that's one of the best color
3,000.
combination on those
That's
cars.
That's
It's like
the
the
one
most
they
classic.
used for the commercial when they
It's Noah's.
announced those cars.
One of Noah's dream cars.
Well, and it is because
wow.
Noah will drive
Not
the
that particular
GT500.
one, but
Yeah, well, no,
That
that
body
was the
style.
first car that, the first Mustang that I ever like. I was like, dang, these things are sweet. My dad bought one when they were only like a couple years
wasn't
old.
it a convertible?
No, it was a coupe. Coupe red, white stripe car, had some mods done
the
to
I Am
it.
Legend car.
That's
Yeah.
classic right
Took
there.
me for a ride in it, and I was like, holy crap, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Heard that supercharger whine, you're like, dang, man.
They
This
don't
thing's
really
awesome.
get the love that the other ones get.
People don't seem to like them as much.
There's a
I
small
think they're
group of
awesome.
people
Yeah,
that
I
love
did.
them. There's
I love
definitely
that.
a group.
We were
but-
talking about
I think
the
it's
other
a
day.
great looking car.
I love
I
that.
feel like more people will as time goes
Probably.
on. Just
Yeah.
because I mean they're like in a transition between.
No, I
there's
love that.
faster
I
ones.
love that body style we were talking about.
Yeah.
Even when you had
That's
that
good.
bullet Mustang, I was driving around. I like
They-
the interior of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and they
I
do
love-
drive really nice too.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They're good cars.
they are.
For
They're
sure.
the
I-
best
they're-
like
they don't get
resto
appreciated
classic look.
much.
Oh, I
The
like them a lot.
GT500s are kind of cheap, I guess.
That
And they-
generation.
Well, there was a time you could get them for. No, I mean, I
Yeah, like
remember
in the 20s, low 30s.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
For a real nice car.
Wasn't it though, Noah? Because they like really don't they like not handle the
Well, they're not.
mods too
They're
well?
not like a Cobra.
Yeah, like they're
They
not
won't.
weren't built that strong.
I don't really know what their limits are, but I mean, I know like basic bolt-ons is all fine, so you'll still be making over 600 horse pretty
Which
easily.
that's good enough.
Yeah,
That's good.
I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, it ain't like a Cobra where you could, talk. Which I don't know, but you can't like throw a Whipple and E85 and be all good. I don't know. I don't think they're as strong as those, but I could be wrong.
Whether it's because they weren't strong, but even when they were new, like you didn't see too many people modding them either. Like a lot of shops weren't pushing them heavy. Or
There was a lot of old people bought them cars and just stored them away. I mean, you'll see there's a ton of them with low miles.
What was the sticker on a GT500 brand new in
I'm
2007?
sure it was probably
I'll
in the,
give it a
it
go.
was
I mean, I
probably
don't
in
know,
the
like,
40s.
it's kinda
somewhere.
2007.
It just seems like the time frame too. I mean, people weren't like. I mean, the car was as
well,
fast
you were
enough as
kind
what
of
it was.
you were getting
yeah,
ready
I mean-
for the 2008 market, so I'm sure that didn't help them.
Well, it's
It
not
was
like
41 grand to 45 based on options.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
a so a
Cheap.
convertible would have been 45
Yeah,
probably.
that's not that bad.
It's kind of
honestly.
surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess not. You think
What?
about
That's
it.
only what a couple grand more than a Cobra,
A
0304
fully-
Cobra.
Yeah, but, a coupe would have been 36,995 or
Dang.
something like that.
It was
The chrome wheels and all that. So
It was a big older gentleman car. There was
No, it
a
is, for
neighbor
sure.
that had one of those, and he was the classic guy. You know, he'd open the garage, just sit out there and look at it. You know,
Well, because I mean that was when they brought it back, so the GT500 back, so all the old timers were like, oh man,
I wonder-
gotta get one of
just
those.
I just remember like the opening scene of I Am Legend. Like it was, was a big deal.
That was a cool commercial. I mean, movie. But
Yeah,
the
it
commercial, I was gonna say, they did the commercial for the 07. They went to like the Autobahn, commercial I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
So I wonder how bad those dived in 08, like price wise, like when everything kind of
Sales probably
That's a good
went down.
Could you have scooped one of those up for
Well,
20
when-
grand
when-
or something?
When
at the time?
when Dad bought that one, I think he only paid like low 20s for it.
What when do you think that was? What year?
That was 2010.
Okay, so a little bit
Okay, so it was
after.
like a year or two.
And it was an
old.
08. And it was
Yeah.
a fully jammed up one, had the nav and all that stuff.
That was a
So-
weird time.
Yeah,
It
well,
was.
it's kind of funny because all right, so that seems really cheap to me, opposed to like your DTS, Noah. How much was a sticker on that thing? Like, and that was like
60
that
grand?
era. Yeah, 60 grand. You know,
That's
like-
not even for like a platinum. I think a
Yeah.
platinum would have been closer.
And
to
I was just thinking like that era, and like
Mid-60s probably.
kind of like even like things weren't great when the ZR1 dropped. You know, the C6 ZR1 2009. You know,
That was
and
what,
that was
70,
100.
80?
No,
Oh, 100?
over
110
100.
a piece,
My,
weren't they?
the sticker on mine was $125.
Wow, that was a lot of money
Well,
for a
and
Corvette.
the guy that bought, I mean, I got it from the original owner, and he, I think it sat on the showroom floor for a while.
That's just
So-
insane. Like just for that time frame, being $125.
It was probably one of the most expensive domestic cars.
Well, the Viper wouldn't have been that much.
no,
No.
no.
wow, especially during the recession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I really like to know what did they sell? What could you have scooped
Used
one up for
secondhand?
back then? You know, were they like giving them away? Like,
Well, I know-
they were producing them through that era, so they must have been prepared.
I know for
people
the
to buy 'em.
Mustangs too,
Yeah.
it was kind of stagnant for a while until they put a 5.0 back in it and kind of relit the fire.
Well, once the like
4.6, yeah,
was
it
it
was kinda,
13 or 14 GT500? Which one had the higher horse?
13.
13. When that came out, it was like seeing a Lamborghini. Like nobody had them. They were
Oh,
like
yeah.
top dog.
Yeah, I remember those came out. Those were sweet.
When we went to
Yeah.
Woodward, we would like see one or two, and
Yeah.
everybody would just be flocking around it.
There was that dark blue white stripe one in Chesterfield.
Yeah.
I'd always catch it outside of O'Reilly sometimes.
Yeah.
Not just be snagging pics.
Yeah.
I was in a Fox body, like, come on, baby. But it was.
They
Yeah.
were what?
This was me, baby. I was like,
horse,
I was
which
like this.
crazy.
662.
which
or
was
something
crazy
like that.
for that time.
I feel like the car market and like desirability of cars really ramped up around that era.
Well, yeah. I
shortly
mean,
after. That's
after-
when the Hellcat came out.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
right. Then things just went crazy.
That's
Well, we
when
were talking.
horsepower war
It was
started.
you and I talking about it, right? Why they never put a Hellcat in a 300C?
Oh yeah, they had the option, same chassis,
Like I would have been. all
car
over
was
that,
there.
man.
Don't know
Well,
why.
well, just because
Maybe
of the Charger.
But maybe
Well-
they were thinking that's like the classy sedan, and maybe the guy it didn't appeal
we,
to the market of the it was too much. I
Did
mean,
we talk about the 300 that we have?
They didn't
yeah,
ask me.
We just picked.
They didn't ask me. I tell you what, if they would have asked me, there would have been a Hellcat in
I
there.
said yes.
We just picked up a 2006 SRT 8300 that's got all the options on it.
Yeah.
And it's that really like wild, like mineral gray color.
It's a gray color.
What's it got? I don't know, like 50. Yeah, 50,000
high
miles.
50s, I think.
Them are one of the
Really? I
best
don't remember.
feeling and driving cars. They're big, they're comfy,
Yeah, those are comfortable
they're
too.
fast. They were ahead of their time.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Classy but
that's like
sassy.
because
Yep.
I was driving it down. I was driving it down to my down to the city, and I'm like thinking, I'm like, man, these cars are so cool because both these guys had one. You had a black one,
Yep.
right?
I had
I
a red
love
one.
that with the Corsa. It sounded so good, and your red one. And I was driving it down, and I'm like, and then I saw like a newer 300Z go by, and I'm like, man, why they never? I just feel like they really dropped the ball not putting a Hellcat in them.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
mean, I
was
guess
like,
they put the 6.4 in them.
right.
But wasn't there a few
6.4
years
ones
span
just
where they
didn't-
didn't? Because wasn't the
no,
last call
it
the
It
only
was the
one?
last call. Yeah.
Because
It was
whenever,
23.
what was the last year for an SRT8? Like 14?
No,
13 or 14?
Was it 14? Oh, I think you could get a 14.
I think it was.
So that
And
would have
then
been the
they brought
last.
it. They brought it back in 23, I think.
Well, it would have been
Well,
the
with a-
last
with a
call, but it's not
Hemi,
an
or with a-
SRT though.
Yeah, it's
No.
just
It's
a,
just a Hemi, right? Six.
What,
6.4.
6.4?
Not a 5.7,
Yeah.
but a 6.4.
they called it something. What they
I don't remember
I think it
what
was
they
just
call
a
them.
anniversary or special edition. It was nothing.
Which I mean, 6.4s. I mean, I'm sure I'll catch some hate for this, but they don't add up to a 6.1. A 6.1 was way.
It's a way stronger motor.
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
who's gonna get hate on that?
I don't know. Maybe some people
It's
like
just
the 6.4.
well,
Well,
the design is just flawed too.
Yeah, the
splash
early years
cam.
of 6.4s, yeah, they'd eat
And
cams
yeah,
up.
Noah
They
experience.
suck.
I had an SRT Grand Cherokee at 14, and it ate a cam up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard that.
Like when I like go look at them, I'm like, let me see idle hours.
That's
Nope,
a big
I'm
thing.
good.
No, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like the way to not make that happen is just don't let them idle a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they don't get
man.
enough. The lifters don't get enough splash.
So they just literally just shaves off material,
Yeah.
you know, and then, yeah, because it's all splash cam design. Like you
Yeah.
got to get going, and yeah, so
And they like.
But
some
you got
RPM.
to get rid of that MDS too. You gotta,
Yeah.
I mean, without a doubt,
Yeah,
any
it's not
car
very
with
good.
MDS
You should get
is
rid of
not a
it.
good. They have issues. Doesn't matter if it's Dodge, Chrysler.
Oh, those
Did Ford
5.3
ever do it?
no,
Yeah,
but
so Ford
GM,
never
obviously,
did it,
those
but-
5.3s are
Yeah,
What's that?
5.3s are
terrible,
bad.
man.
Multiple. What is
the,
it?
the cylinder deactivation.
Multiple
Yeah.
So,
displacements.
it,
Yeah,
so it
right?
goes to like
Something
a
like that.
4-cylinder
multiple
on the
displacements or
freeway.
something like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it
Dude,
is.
you know, it's funny. I remember
Multiple
when those came out and I was reading on them, like, that's got to be some harm to the engine. of
How,
it.
yeah, how do you let two cylinders not fire?
What
What-
does
and just
Chevy,
rotate.
call it though?
Yeah.
It's a-
And,
it's
well, I mean,
called,
it goes to show that
AFM.
kind of.
I don't remember what AFM stands for though.
Yeah, they call it AFM. It's the same.
I think
design,
some of them
but-
are called DOD, displacement on
Yeah.
demand.
AFM
or something
DOD.
like
yeah,
that.
displacement on demand.
But
right?
it was this dumbest thing ever. And one thing
it's
I
all
will
calf
say
stuff.
it's
sorry.
like no, go ahead. It's in the computer. I mean, just tune it out.
Well, the
because-
reason why they had to do it was for calf. Hold on a minute.
for what?
Hold up.
And like when you're driving them, it's so
You can
like,
feel it switch. Like it
yeah,
just.
it bogs down. And like that's what I was telling you. Like I was driving a 392 Challenger that was an automatic, and I was like, oh my god, like it was so annoying just driving it, like because it kept switching in and out
Yeah.
of the mode.
Calf corporate average fuel economy. So a lot of the big three had to like stick to those standards and get best like fuel economy. And CAF was one of the reasons why they like discontinued Hemis, or like why Stellantis was like, all right, we're gonna go, and then obviously sales just went.
Yeah.
Now they're bringing them back, but
It did work. I mean, I remember my Grand Cherokee would get like 21, 22 freeway, which isn't
But
bad.
yeah, and
at
a
what
brick
cost,
ain't
though?
bad at all.
Yeah. No, it's not bad, but
I don't care if it's Mama's Tahoe. Delete that.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
seriously,
absolutely.
Get rid of it.
No, 'cause these
because you will
5.3s
need
From
need
like
a cam.
2008 to really, I mean, like I think they were real bad from like 08 to 15, I think, or 16.
I think the first year was 09. for
Or
that.
09.
And then, yeah. all
and
the
they
way
were
until
bad,
now.
dude. Like
Well,
they
they
were
just recalled all the
the 6.2s, yeah. It's dumb.
Motor failures, and I'm sure it's from that.
Well, I've been watching videos like literally off the lot, couple thousand
they're
miles on
knocking,
it.
they're-
Yeah, like a
Those
nice
just blow up.
6.2 did not. They started up and just.
Your
those
dad
just
was
bad.
reading on that new recall.
Grenade.
You know what the fix to it is?
Oh, what?
Thicker oil. You bring it to the dealer. They put they change the owner's manual.
Sawdust.
They put a different cap on the motor, and they recommend thicker oil.
That's the same bullshit with the transes they had.
Yeah.
Transmissions.
Thicker oil, a teaspoon of honey, and a teaspoon of sawdust.
They put it.
We got the recipe wrong. Bring it back.
That's how they fixed the issue with the shutter and the torque converter
And the
and
Corvettes
all of them.
and yeah.
Corvette,
Yeah.
all of them, and that was just a band-aid. I mean, eventually it was going to go. But
They like reprogram them and then fluid.
yeah, different fluid.
shutter.
To all the price bashers, this is why.
Yeah, this is exactly
1990s
why all those
and early 2000s cars
Really,
Those
yeah.
are
go
way
for
better.
asinine money because. And I'm not even saying.
even for
I'm not even
diesels,
saying
dude.
that older stuff isn't like junk. We'll say or
Yeah.
bad build quality
the
or whatever
build
you want to
quality's
call
not
it.
there,
but this new stuff is junk.
It's
The
too
new
much.
stuff,
It's
build
garbage.
quality's garbage.
It's
too.
garbage.
It's
And
too much,
It
yeah.
is the old saying. They don't
Even-
make them like they used to. It's all garbage. I mean, think about some of this like chip shortage cars and stuff that just laid around.
Oh,
for-
with these tariffs, man, coming up, honestly, the car industry is going to start seeing it here soon, and used cars are only going to get higher, if you ask me. But like,
it's like they get more
definitely see a
expensive, but the
surge.
quality goes
the
down.
quality's good, and especially obviously pre-environment diesel stuff. You know, those are through the roof.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the diesel's through the roof anyway, but I always find it funny because with all this like EPA stuff on it, I think I might have mentioned this before, but all government vehicles that we used on the flight line and stuff, all the diesels, have no emissions because the government needs something that runs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
They
Well-
have no emissions on it. It could be a brand new 6.7, no emissions.
That sounds
if
like
it's a
neat.
government
Next
vehicle.
thing you know, the FBI's me knocking on your door.
I know, right?
There is so,
Video down. Take that video down right now.
there is so many like when a pre-emissions diesel gets listed for some astronomical number, there's so many guys on there like, I got a 2025 Denali.
You can
18
have it, buddy.
whatever, and it's the best
Yeah.
truck ever, and I only paid 10 grand more for this. It's like, buddy, you just got it. You know, wait till you need a CP system and the whole thing's calling.
the
coming down.
drive key, whatever. Well, they fix that stuff.
Well,
but
I mean,
on the-
these new diesels are, if you depend on what options you get, it could be
trash.
over $100,000.
And another
They're
like when you're
expensive as
talking
hell.
about like all makes having a common issue,
Yeah.
every one of them, the DEF tank, the motor goes bad, the lines clog up, that DEF just crystallizes.
well,
and
even
ruins
like
everything.
even with the like the Densos, even in the Duramaxes too, and now they're going with all the fuel pumps. But even with Cummins, and I'm a big Mopar guy, but Cummins with the roller whatever hydraulic
Lifters.
lifters, it's just such a stupid design, dude. I don't get it. It's just cutting corners when you had something that was already pretty stout and legendary, and you just ruin it, you know.
Yeah.
But
No,
If
you
it ain't
wish,
broke, don't fix it.
you wish they could just bring it back.
yeah, then people pay like buy these brand new trucks, pull the cab off, and do a flat tap it, cam and swap and everything, and it's just
Everything's just so much more expensive these
Yeah,
days.
so-
But
yeah.
every generation, every year of cars, all had
Well,
an issue. Like I mean, late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, them cars are all
Oh yeah, that's
junk.
I always like the idea of like having a nice big old diesel, buying a new one, but really it's like I don't think I would want the headache.
No.
It's becoming to be like a foreign car. You own it
Yeah.
until the warranty's done, and then you get rid of it.
Yeah, you can't really work on it at home.
But
No.
then too, but
And it's too expensive,
These things
too.
are breaking down so bad, your truck's gone for months.
Or you're,
Yeah.
you're left
you
stranded
can
out of
have
town.
you can have the warranty and all that, whatever. But when
Yeah.
it's
Imagine
gone
taking
for
that diesel
months.
to Grand Canyons and getting stuck.
To the 7.3? 7.3 ain't breaking down. in
You're
that.
not breaking
No.
down.
Well, it's like
You might blow a cam sensor, but
It's
you
not.
can
It's
put
not
that in.
gas.
Yeah, it might leak
Or
some
a
oil.
crank
but
sensor.
It's all good.
And a
Yeah,
6.2,
it'll get you
man.
there.
Yeah.
It's not gas.
I'm all about the
but,
6.2s.
my good buddy, he's got a Lightning. He just wanted to try it out, and get one. And
Fast.
A new Lightning.
Yeah, new Lightning.
Fast electric
and,
truck.
He's having a hell of a time right now with this
Well,
thing.
so you just got it
And-
back though.
No, he lemon lawed it.
Oh, I know. I seen it.
Oh,
I seen it
really?
at his
Yeah.
parents the
Yep.
other
And
day.
Ford approved it immediately. They've had so many
they
people
knew.
coming back, and
You can get those things next to nothing.
Oh yeah, well
right
he
now,
did
too.
get it and that's why he tried it, But he's been without it 3 consecutive times for weeks at a time,
Oh.
and it's like you can't, And he uses it for work a little bit too, So he uses the bed, and they're giving him little SUVs and stuff for like a rental and whatnot, and it's just. It's just not
Electric cars
and,
aren't
and
there
that's
yet.
what everybody's saying. Like even the techs
Electric
are like,
cars will never be there.
the techs are saying the same thing to him, like, "Oh yeah, we've had so many in here, and they don't even have They don't even have fixes for the stuff. They don't even know what they're doing. Like he's had his AC pump was like going crazy, making a bunch of noise. The truck wouldn't get heat. It wouldn't heat up. Like just all these crazy issues, And it's just I don't know, man.
It
No
all
one's
kind
no
of boils
stranger to this.
down to like having autonomy. You just being able to like fix an issue by yourself without having to
Right.
rely on a bunch of
They'll
other
never,
people.
they'll never be mainstream.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
Think about being a tech and just getting thrown in the ring of like, here, now you got to figure out all these electric cars.
Well, they made it
Don't
to the
touch the red
point.
one.
They made it to the point where you're forced to take it to a dealer because they're the only ones with the specific tools.
Oh,
and the
nobody
knowledge.
nobody
But now the
themselves
dealers
could
can't
fix
even
that.
fix it.
Nobody.
What were you
None of
saying,
us
Al?
could fix ours.
Well, I say, I mean, I have a Hummer EV, and it had
issues.
before it even had 1,000 miles, the heat pump went bad. But I got it back pretty quick, and they gave me another one.
I don't know,
to
dude.
drive around.
All these
but-
new vehicles suck, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Either like I have that 22 F-150. Like as much as that active air dam fault I get, even though I had the whole front shroud fixed and everything, I still get the fault. And that's the bottom lip one. When like once you go over 45, it dips down.
Stupid,
Dude, and if you
thing,
right,
man.
and if you hit a
So
snowbank
stupid.
or if a bird hits it, it just
They're just adding more things that can
it's
break.
dumb, dude. Oh my, everything.
Too
I
much
have like I have
electric.
all the safety sensor things turned off because the thing's just beeping all the. I'm like, I can't do this.
Hey,
This just sucks.
just
it yelling at me?
just pay $45K for the Yukon GT.
Yeah, right.
That's going to be the name of this video.
Save your
pay
cash.
$45K for the
Save your
Yukon
cash.
GT.
You're not getting financing.
You get buttons, you get dials, you get an old school radio,
Yeah.
and a V8 engine.
You get a 6-track, baby.
Don't question the price. The vehicle's worth it.
GMT 400s, GMT 800s are one of the best, man.
Yeah, they really are.
I'm not even a Chevy guy, but they're the you can't. They're like when you're in the car business or you're around cars or you're an enthusiast or whatever, you just become like, all right, I like this from this company. Like you know what's good and what's
Well,
bad from every car
right,
company, and you can appreciate.
But it's
it,
funny,
you
it's
know?
because it's like it's so picky, choosy. Like what years? Like okay, these guys did it right for this year, but these guys did it right for here and now. It's kind of funny, just like I like all cars. But obviously, there's certain time frames that you just stay away certain manufacturers.
Yeah,
Because the one got it right, then the other one didn't. But it's
Well,
kind of funny.
You know,
to see it.
actually, that reminds me. My dad actually used to work at Ford, developing the rear ends in the prototype facility.
Yeah.
The second generation Coyote, like 2016,
Yeah.
around that era.
Yeah.
The rear ends were exploding, just
Yeah.
grenading, and they had no choice but to put it through because they wouldn't have a car for the next year if they didn't. So I mean, a lot of stuff like
Well,
that.
look at the dual clutches and stuff, and like
And
on
the
their
transmissions
economy
in there.
or economy vehicles,
That
and the
was horrible.
Fiestas and Focuses, and like that's kind of what ruined like the car scene too, like the actual like sedan cars. Because I mean, you can't even get a
Their fix for
sedan.
that was just reprogramming it, and you pull it out, and it's still doing the same thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
I take it back. The name of this podcast: All cars are junk.
seriously.
All cars are junk.
We give up. They're all junk.
Yeah,
They are all junk.
mid 2000s though. Say it's 2003. What truck are you buying?
A Ram 1500 van
Seventh
with the Sherry design pack.
Okay,
'Cause
no,
I'm gonna go
1500.
take a nap in
No
it in a little bit.
1500.
A 1500 truck. Noah, what are you buying?
In 03?
In 03,
2003.
probably going Chevy route, GMC.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not preparing to buy an 04 F-150 with the
No,
cam
I
phase.
do none of that.
Come on, glued
That
on
That ain't
it.
happening.
I'd be getting
Definitely
like a-
not doing that. Even though a nice FX4, when they came out with the center console shift, everybody was like, dang, like center
Dang,
console shift
John.
in a truck. I think that might have been.
I'm scared. What is
Was
that?
that the. What is that?
Something's going on. That
Oh,
thing
it's
just
a GoPro.
died.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Was that the first truck to have a center console in it? Or
Seems
center
like it.
console shift like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Had to have been.
04 F-150.
Dodge never
I
did,
think that's
Chevy
why
never
they
did.
sold so well. I think that's why that truck took off. It was a good looking truck and it had center console shift.
Remember the Tonka edition, and then
Poopy
Toby
truck.
Keith, and
Oh, they had all sorts of editions on
Yeah.
it.
2015 F-150, the 5.0. Holy Grail. Best truck there is.
Yeah, those
2015?
Coyotes at bark.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Aluma body.
I wonder if
5.0,
anybody
6
bought
speed.
one
Yeah,
and
6 speed
stashed
auto.
it. Still in the
Dude,
wrapper.
you don't see used ones because everyone they hold on to them, man. I'm telling you.
Good trucks.
I already 3.5s are trash. You can get those everywhere, but yeah. Great
yeah,
truck.
do not buy the EcoBoost.
No.
No
So
way.
I'm in it, like, dude, I follow being an F-150 owner, but I like, I follow all these forums and stuff, and like the amount of people that try defending 3.5s, I'm like, what's wrong with you? You guys all need help.
But don't they make a non-EcoBoost 3.5 that's a 6-cylinder, or what's that motor?
Yeah,
3.7.
Oh,
3.7,
3.7.
yeah,
Okay, 'cause
3.7.
that motor is pretty decent.
That's
Yeah.
a great motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.7, good motor.
But yeah, I guess 3.5. I don't know. I've never heard of a good one.
No.
Nope.
I mean, I've seen some with a lot of miles. I don't know. I've just
got a lot
heard
of
just about.
But it's just what does it take to get there?
It's the only thing.
Yeah, it's a hit.
quarter
like
oil every
anything.
week.
It's just like anything. They're all hit and miss.
Hey,
They really
an
are.
We're all
F-150
hitting
though,
this.
you can run the 2000s F-150 with the cam phasers just chattering away forever, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, they don't.
It's just
they,
annoying.
They don't lock up or
I don't know.
nothing.
We had a plow truck, 2007 F-150. It had a bunch of cam phaser noise. It had 270,000 miles.
I
We were
had, I had Dini
300,
Yeah.
and we were still pushing snow.
For the longest time, when we were buying
Whatever.
those trucks, we would ask the customer, "Does it have like a little ticking noise? Sounds like a sewing machine? Have they ever been done?" But now, I don't know if they just all been fixed, but you don't hear it anymore.
They just all
I
sound
don't
like
know. We
sewing
don't buy any of
machines.
those.
We haven't
We've had a
My
few.
truck
we
sounds
haven't
like a
had
sewing machine
Ford in a
right
minute.
now.
Man, I haven't had one in a minute. And let's not get started on spark plugs.
Oh yeah,
You know,
2-piece spark
so,
plug snap in the head.
Yeah, we got to get off of this.
Yeah, sorry. We went down a
Yeah, we went down a bad rabbit hole.
Where are we at for time?
We are at 43 minutes.
Well, we'll wrap it up here. We have a big surprise coming. Yeah, huge surprise. I don't know when we're going to tell folks what it's for, what our plans are, but we have a surprise that's coming tomorrow.
Jerry's kids.
What's that?
It's for Jerry's kids.
For Jerry's kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Bring them. They can all.
The telephone.
One thing, the
Telephone.
demon.
Oh, the demon. What about? Oh, you want to talk about that? I mean, so basically, we got this deal that we're doing tomorrow with this Hellcat and this GT500. There was also a demon in the mix, 2018 Demon, Dodge Demon, not a 170. Had 246 miles on it, red. Demon crate, never been opened, one owner car, and it was out of play. Okay, we're asking like 155 was the price that they wanted originally, and so we were like, we bought the other two or agreed to buy the other two. That was never even in the wheelhouse, So they had mentioned to us like 130 would buy the car when we're down there, and we're like, no, still never gonna happen. So they called a local Dodge dealer to them, and like this is like we're because she's in Florida, Anthony. She's like on her way. Yeah, she's supposed to be back Monday, so that's why we're doing it all Monday. Well, she wants to get rid of all these cars, So the guy who was assisting with the sale. She goes, call the local Dodge dealer, see what they'll pay for the Demon. I just want to get rid of these and end this, And he calls up the Dodge dealer, tells them what they have, and they're like, we would, only give like $75,000 for that car. And so they call us back, and they're like, hey, local Dodge dealer wants to pay $75,000. That's never going to happen. But like, where would you guys be at? Like what would make sense for you guys? And we're like thinking about it. And it's like, they've come down. It's not really a car that we particularly buy, so we're thinking of an offer, and we come up with our offer, and when we call back,
This is
like,
only like a
4
20-minute span.
I
Not
don't know.
even.
I don't even know if it was like 5 minutes.
If-
I mean,
yeah,
like we
it was
just
short.
drummed
It
up
was
an
very
offer,
short time.
Call back, and the guy who's helping with the sale, he's the one that called. He's the one that dangled the carrot. He's the one that said like, hey, make an offer. Let's get this done. And he goes, I'm taking the car. She sold me the car for $80,000. And I'm like, why would you call? Why would you even call us? So now we're pissed, So we're like, man, well, we were going to pay like, in the 90s for the car. And he's like, oh man, don't make me feel like that. Don't make me feel bad and this and that. And we're like, call her and present, so like she's a widow, her husband passed away. It's like, dude, you're her neighbor. Like present the offer at a minimum. If she still wants to sell you the car, so be it, And this guy's like, he's all up in arms.
We didn't want to tell her.
He didn't want to tell her because he's like, oh shit, like she's gonna take your offer. I'm not gonna get this Demon for $80,000. Wow. And he's telling us like now he's all scared. He's like, you guys are gonna come do this deal money. Don't tell her. Don't tell her what you want to. It's like, dude, I don't know. I think we're gonna.
Yeah.
Like I think we're gonna grab the title and keys to those two cars, and I think we're gonna let her know what's going on here. And so Anthony, he put him into feels, man. Like he was like, dude, you be a good person. At least tell her. If she chooses to go with you, then she goes, whatever, but you can't call us, get us all excited, we're gonna make an offer. Come on, dude.
And
Wait,
yeah,
you
and
were
then,
even trying to tell him, like, what's it going to take just to get it off him?
The whole deal just ruined my whole weekend. But it's like, if you had any thoughts of even wanting that car, you think you would have thought about it when the dealer made their offer. So why even tell us?
Yeah.
Try
seriously.
make a deal with her before even telling us.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. And then it
It just gets you ramped up.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you're like, damn it. So now you're all pissed off, and we're going back and forth with this guy, and he's like, I really need to think about
Like
this.
stop, because we
like,
called a
don't-
couple times with higher offers. Like just stop calling me right now. Let me figure this out.
Because at the end of the day, like I would, that's something that in your conscience you're gonna help someone do something. Like at least tell them. If the lady wants to sell to you, she probably will. She probably still will. She didn't really need the money. She had a ton of cars. Big
He
car
knew what he was
collection.
doing.
but just be honest.
And then the
about
thing
it.
is too, he could be selling it. We don't. I mean, he might be buying it to sell it, which is what our plans were. But I mean, he's getting a crazy deal on it. And so he ends up calling back the next day. He claims he called her and told her, and she said it's still yours. He said, I just can't even take the car now. It's too much extra money for you. But then, what a wife this guy has. She supposedly, what did she do, Anthony? She
So
called the lady
the
and
owner, the old
persuaded him?
lady, called this gentleman's wife and said, because the guy didn't want to take the money away from her, is what he's claiming. And so the old lady said, no, you helped me sell these other cars. You were great friends with my late husband. He would want you to have this car. And he's like, I can't do it.
Well, that makes sense.
So, and then the owner, the older lady, called his wife and said, you talk your husband into buying this car. He deserves it, that type of stuff. And supposedly his wife talked him into buying it.
Well, if that's the case, then I mean that's
Kudos to her, though.
I mean, like, if she's an old lady with all these cars, she'd probably be grateful that he's helping her out. I mean,
And this gentleman that's helping her sell, it's also a car guy. He sounds like he's got a handful of cars, specialty cars too.
We just wanted the offer presented to her. Whatever. And he didn't tell us anything about being friends, late husband. Like, he didn't say this at the time. It was just like, I'm her neighbor. I'm helping her liquidate these cars or whatever. And, so thankfully he told her, it's off the table, it's done. But it's just one of those things you deal with in the car business, when you're buying like packages of cars, the things that can happen, the little curveballs that can get thrown your way.
Well, you get excited, and it's like not this old
gotta
saying,
control your
don't count
emotions.
your eggs before they hatch. But you get excited, you see something, you want it, you got to have it, and then you can't have it. Nothing's worse than knowing you can have something, but then you can't have it.
They get snatched away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were all over
It
the
was
moon for about 5 minutes.
you almost
there.
had it.
Yeah.
Well, we never had a demon before. And I'm not going to go out and spend. We don't need a demon. I don't need to spend $110,000 to dabble in a demon to try to sell one. Is not worth it, But to get, if you could get a decent deal on one, buy one. It'd be cool to say you had it, try it. But yeah, so
Would have been a lot of whining going down the highway.
yeah, Joe was like, you should have seen Joe. He heard demons.
I'm like,
I thought it was just Kitty. Demon?
a demon?
A demon.
A demon? No, hell
Lord
no.
help me, I got a race car.
I'm gonna be driving a Dodge Hellcat. I don't do that hell stuff.
My mama told me to call it the Heaven Cat because I ain't allowed to say the other one.
Mama said.
I'm driving a Dodge Angel. What are you talking about?
Mama said that. My mom.
Yeah. So, no demon.
No demon.
No demon.
Yeah, it sucks.
Control your emotions. It's hard when you're
Now
buying
we just
cars
get
like this.
a pissed off snake and a kitty.
It's still pretty cool.
It's still a good. Yeah, it's still a good find.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All good. So, yeah. So that's about it for us over
All
the
you
last
can
week.
hope for is maybe he calls you with other deals. Maybe he knows other widows.
Get lost. Just joking.
You never know.
And then you always got to be, even how hard it is, you got to be nice with everybody because you never know what kind of leads they can give you down the road. So you just got to bite the bullet and keep moving.
All we can do is try. So, you guys ready to go play some N64 in the back
Let's
of a
do
van?
it. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate all you guys. Thanks.
Catch you on the next one.
Yep,
Peace
later.
out.
See ya.
Got your ass.